Taoiseach, the Sisters of Charity have been again implicated in really quite shameful practices in terms of the revelations about illegal adoptions and their involvement in St Patrick's Guild, implicated in the mother and baby scandal. And yet, incredibly, this same religious order will be running the National Maternity Hospital. Against a background where Archbishop Dermot Martin said, for example, last May, that under no circumstances, regardless of the outcome of the transfer to the St Vincent's Holding Group, which is controlled by the Sisters of Charity, was there a place for abortion in hospitals run by the Catholic Church. Right? I mean, this is extraordinary stuff, Taoiseach. There are visually impaired and disabled residents near the campus of St Vincent's Hospital in St Mary's Telford, who've lived there, who themselves were through mother and baby homes, who are being evicted by the Sisters of Charity now. Elderly women who are blind being evicted by the Sisters of Charity. This is a publicly funded, a critical part of the National Health Service, but run by a religious order that is unaccountable to anybody and has behaved in these kind of ways. I mean, do you raise those sort of issues? And really, is it not way past time that our hospitals and the assets these religious orders own are taken back into public ownership?
And I just want to say to the Deputies Boyd Barrett and Deputy MacDonald, these meetings were not about any other issue other than the COVID-19 restrictions, and all of these meetings that I had were in that context. We have written to the religious orders saying they should make a contribution to any redress scheme that's developed by government, which we hope to have ready, or the work of the interdepartmental committee ready at the end of April. The information and tracing bill will be published by the Minister, and he's making very solid progress on what it will be a comprehensive piece of legislation in terms of access to one's identity and information. In terms of hospitals, I'm of the view that hospitals that are predominantly funded, overwhelmingly funded by the state, should be in state ownership. That's my view. And I think in terms of, it's the state now essentially supports these hospitals in all manners of means, both current funding, capital funding, and in respect of the Sisters of Charity, again, that should not be happening. I would have thought whatever arrangements have been made there, that elderly blind women would be looked after and protected, because that would be the Christian thing to do, and I will have to come back to you in relation to that. And on the National Maternity Hospital, my view is that the ownership and the control and the ethos of that has to be one informed by state policy and government policy. In respect of Boris Johnson, I did not get advance notice from him in respect of the decision in respect of the extension of the dates around the pertaining to the protocol, but we did subsequently, the following day, get some indication that this was afoot. I think it's a silly approach to dealing with this issue, but it's one also that's wrong. Unilateral approaches do not work. We've been making these points repeatedly to the UK side, but I think there's an approach being adopted that's a political narrative at the moment, which I don't think is beneficial long term in terms of constructive UK-EU relationships. Okay, thank you. Taoiseach.